俺が誰か？モンキー D ルフィ、お前を超えて海賊王になる男だ。ゴムゴムのパジュラングがワンピースファンティーラッシュ。
Well, hello to my lovely viewers, it's P&G. Thank you for tuning to my One Piece Bounty Rush video. And today, I know it's a bit early, but I'd like to discuss the possible characters that you could start to consider or think about how to counter the new upcoming EX Gear 5 Luffy. Because if you have already seen Bandai's announcement yesterday with releasing his character traits and skills, he looks busted and really overpowered and also annoying to deal with. He's got so many skills and traits and some attacks and unique ability that you will find it annoying to deal with, and I am just preparing just in case you need to deal with him. You will deal with this Gear 5 a lot in the league from tomorrow onwards because everyone's going to be going for him, spending rainbow diamonds and also money to get this Gear 5 Luffy, the strongest form you can they can offer on the Luffy. So for me, I like to give my lovely viewers some heads up what type of characters currently existing in the roster that potentially can actually counter his ass. And if you have any suggestion that there's a better character than the one I'm suggesting, there's 10 of them that I will be recommending, and it's not absolute counter, but you can put up a good fight and don't let that Luffy run around wild and freely like what he's able to do. Then that will be at least balance up the meta and the league so it doesn't always overrun with Luffy. So give those people who are heavily relying on Luffy to win the games, give them a bit of money on their run, and they don't have to be abusing this Luffy all the time. Alright then, let's just get to the 10 characters that I personally recommend that can counter his ass. Number 10. Who's Who? King of the Animal Kingdom of Pirates. Who's Who? Who's Who? One thing he is good at is counter Straw Hat Pirates. He is a green unit and he can actually hit really hard against Straw Hat Pirates. The only one downside about him is, personally, is that he's too specific. He only can actually do harm to Straw Hat Pirates. Other units, he's pretty useless, if I have to be honest. Not a very bad character design, but he designed really too specific to attack one type of pirates and units only. So this is where I find that he is quite not usable in the meta. But if you want to basically annoy the new Gear 5 Luffy, Who's Who will be a good unit. As you can see on his trait, he can do more damage towards Straw Hat Pirates, so most likely you will see that people might use him to attack Luffy, so we'll see what happens anyway. Number 9, Jinbei, Raid on Onigashima version. This new blue defender is a power user killer. He is not an actual attacker or a runner. He is a defender. So if you do face Luffy while he's trying to take the treasure from you, you at least can put up a good fight against him. Because this Jinbei is he is a fisherman after all. He does always able to use seawater or water against power users. So he will do a lot and hell a lot of damage against power users, which is going to be Luffy, because he uses Nika, Sun God Nika fruit to enable him to go freely with the EX power and running around freely. But this Jinbei will able to keep an eye on him as well, or just keep hold of him, and maybe you even potentially can defeat him. So even a blue unit, because he has a lot of advantage against power users, so you find him, he will be quite useful. One problem as well I find that is too specific, but at least if it's power users, majority it does spread out, allow you to have more choices to fight against other characters. So yeah, Jinbei is a really good unit. Number 8, Raid on Onigashima Travago Law. One of the older units, but he has a good trait where he can do well, 30% more. I think it's 30 or 20% more damage toward the element that you're strong against. And he will do a lot more damage against green units. You know, the Gear 5 Luffy is a main green unit. He only can have access to all different classes. So with him, although he's quite a slightly old unit, but he can do a lot of damage towards green units. So you might find him that he will be usable if you want to use him. And if you want to try a different law, because the Kitten law is going to be heavily used, but if you want to use another law to fight against Luffy, I think this Onigashima Travago Law will stand a good chance against the new Gear 5 Luffy if you want to try something a bit old, like different units. But yeah, I'll say he's going to be a good one. Number 7, the first edition EX, that is the 7 Warlord of the Sea, Marshall D. Teach, aka Blackbeard. Used to be well known for me as a SOB. He is still really strong, he's still usable. Right now, you will find that if you want to use him in the current meta, he's quite useful against all of those new EXs, and he does have a lot of that, can cause a lot of damage against power users, similar to Raid on Onigashima Jinbei, and a good defender as well. I say he's still really powerful, but he's become not really popular anymore because you have other choices. But if you want to go against the Gear 5 Luffy, this Blackbeard will probably be useful. Hopefully Bandai will release the Yonko version of him, and then he'll probably be the one that really can actually beat up Gear 5 Luffy. But we'll have to see though. But this old first edition EX will be a good useful unit against the new Gear 5 Luffy. Number 6, Film Red Uta. Uta, although she doesn't have like those special ability against certain units, but she can hit really hard. With her shield and the ability to basically deliver the strong damages, you will have a good chance of taking out Luffy by one-shots, or at least get his HP below 50%, and you can just start inflicting Sing Sing on him, make him crucify him, and then start attacking him. Uta can hold her ground really well. In the current meta, you see her a lot as well, because she can beat the crap out of every unit. The good thing about her shield can defend her. As long as you know how to play her properly, she will destroy every character. She hits really hard. I think if you want a unit that can take out Gear 5 Luffy, this unit will stand a good chance, and especially she's a red unit. Number 5, Big Mom Pirates Sweet Free General Charlotte Cracker. Cracker is a defender killer, and as you all know, Gear 5 Luffy's main default class is defender. Then he keeps switching depending on situation. So if you see those Gear 5 Luffy hanging around treasure area, just throw Cracker towards him and just spam his skill 2, the Infinity Biscuit Warrior, and just continue to recover HP from it. And because he has skills that can basically ignore damage reductions, he will actually just destroy Luffy, most likely he can. And because this unit has potential chances of continuing to recover HP, I would say Cracker is a good unit to use against Luffy, and he can't get inflicted with static infliction as well. Although I know the new Luffy probably won't able to inflict anything, but the good thing about Cracker, he's a defender killer, so I'll find him that he should be useful against the new Gear 5 Luffy. Number 4, New Fisherman Pirates Captain Hawdy Jones. Hawdy Jones will definitely stand a good chance against the Gear 5 Luffy. As you all know, Hawdy Jones is pretty powerful. He's also a power user killer as well. You know, all fishermen generally have good advantage against power users, and he has this skill particularly, the Shark Pack which will do 200% damage towards any power user. So this skill will pretty much one-shot your power user enemies, and with his crack, his drug, he will even get even more powerful, and you will able to just basically continue to attack Luffy. And he's a runner, so you will able to just steal treasures from your enemy and just win it over Gear 5. So I'll say if you want a good unit that can put up a good fight as well, Cordy Jones is the guy that you can use to fight a Gear 5 Luffy heads on. Number 3, Savior God Usopp. For me, in the past I called him the stupid rat, but right now he's no longer the stupid rat because you don't see him a lot anymore in the league. But this guy will definitely annoy the Gear 5 Luffy with his ability to stay from a distance and keep attacking your enemy long range attack. And he also does more damage towards green units as well. So it will be fun to see God Usopp making his comeback to attack Gear 5 Luffy with his quick skills and little coward attacks and just grab treasures. He will annoy the Gear 5 Luffy. I am very confident that he is a good counter against the Gear 5 Luffy. He is just a green unit killer as well. So as I said, man, he will be back and he is a good unit to go against the Gear 5 Luffy. Number 2, Battle of Monsters on Onigashima, Kid and Law. Obviously, he is heavily used in the league right now and one of the best and fun unit to play with. Although he is an EX unit, I personally enjoy playing him. He's really good. Depending on situation, you can either use Kid or you can switch to Law, depending who your enemy is. So when I say he's not a counter to Gear 5 Luffy, he is more or less like a good unit, can really fight head on with Gear 5 Luffy, because depending on the situation, what type of Gear 5 you are facing, maybe attacker, defender or a runner, just switch between Kid and Law and just take him out. Because even though his responsibility not to KO, but his responsibility to grab treasures, Kid and Law will basically just continue to win you a lot of games. He will able to fight against Luffy as well, depending which class or character you be switched between Kid or Law. He's definitely a unit to put into the next league to fight against Gear 5. And number 1, Rain on Onigashima, Ronoro Zoro. My favorite character, of course, and Zoro will beat the crap out of Luffy, especially because he's a green unit. As long as you stay as a red unit, you will basically literally just destroy Luffy, especially if you can actually trigger his Ashura blades. If Luffy attack you while you're in this form, of course, you deliver huge damage towards him and you just pretty much will one-shot him. So anyone has my favorite character Zoro, you will be in good hands and he will destroy Luffy. It's a good time now that if you do see a lot of Gear 5 running around, Zoro is your man to destroy him. So I'd say, man, it will be quite fun to see Zoro taking out Luffy. But that is the character that I say strongly says the number 1 best unit to take out Luffy. Alright, that is my recommendation for the characters that could take out Luffy, the counters, and they're not 100%. I would say only the top 3 I would say is probably will be the best one. Then the remaining 7 of them will be down to you guys. If you want to add some more on the list, put the other character that you recommend on the comment down below. And if you did agree to it, put a like to this and share the video so we're all prepared for tomorrow when we see a lot of flooded Gear 5 Luffy. These are the 10 characters that I would suggest you could use to go against him. If you don't somehow bad luck or unlucky not able to get the Gear 5, then don't feel like the meta is no longer playable because of Gear 5 Luffy existent. But those characters I recommend will be the good chance to put up a good fight against him, and then you don't feel like it's just boring anymore. So yeah, hopefully you did enjoy this list, and we'll catch up tomorrow and see if I will be able to get Gear 5 Luffy and just enjoy playing the most overpowered unit for now. And good luck to you guys tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next video then. See ya.